What's up, people? Hello. Wow. This is crazy. Welcome to week 15. This is it. This is it. This is the last week. And for some of you, I mean, really, I think only like one of you, you're done. Those of you who are finishing your papers, which is 99% of you this week, this is it. This is the last instructional lecture. What? I don't um normally I don't even post a final lecture goodbye after everything's been graded. I just grade and that I type a little email to y'all and then that's usually it. So this might be the very last time you see this guy, especially for 1102 because I don't teach the literature courses. I mean, I could. I'm capable of. I've just not been offered at this school to teach those classes. But I think they like to teach, I think they like those mostly being in person and stuff. So, I'm not a full employee. I'm just an adjunct. You know, I mean, you know, here I am. All right. So what we're gonna do today is I'm gonna go through just I have 30 minutes. I'm just gonna go through a bunch of these rough drafts that were placed in the Dropbox and work on them. Okay. And see how that goes. We did receive all of us writing instructors did receive an email from the writing center where apparently students are going there and saying that they want their papers edited. And I might have used that verbiage editing. And what they, I guess, are realizing is that they're working with y'all as writers and giving you tips and suggestions on how to work on your paper. Okay. Every writing lab is different. I've never gone to the Gwinnett Tech writing lab to know exactly what it is that they have done. But I do know that whenever my students turn in papers from the writing that have been helped and worked on by a writing lab person, that that their papers have always been really good and much better. So, like I know for me, I learned, and this is the difference, okay, is that like when I would go to the writing lab at my university that I graduated from, KSU, the writing tutor would sit with me and like literally like essentially teach me grammar and they would teach me about better sentence construction and parallelism within my own writing. And then I would duplicate that into my papers. I didn't give them my papers and said, edit, I'm gonna sit over here and then I'll take it when you're done. We sat together and we talked about the errors that I was making and how to improve those things. But I did all the work. So that is the expectation if you go to the writing lab, is that they're not doing it all for you. They're showing you and pointing it out to you and helping you understand how to fix these things and also how to avoid making these same types of errors later on. Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go. I got a couple of outlines. I'm gonna go with the ones that were submitted first. Not outlines, I'm sorry, rough drafts. All right, so I'm gonna go. Davis Hatcher was the first person to submit their their rough draft. So let's take a look. Okay. I'm going to, let's see. This is my perspective of when I see it. Um, and then I make my comments. But for the sake of this, though, I'm going to be opening them up and downloading them so I can actually like type in them. Let's see. Come on, Schindler's List. Open up. All right. Davis Hatcher. Boom. Here we go. Okay. All right. This seems really high. Is anything existing here in the header? No. Okay, so Davis, a couple of things already. Okay, this, delete. This needs to be brought down a little bit. We're going to double click up here, see the header section. Okay. And then we're going to insert page numbers. Top of page. All right. And now we're going to write Hatcher. Okay. There we go. Hatcher. Weird. Oh, it's a picture. It's not an actual page number. That's why. Look. Yeah, delete that. What? Yeah, don't insert page number. Don't do it that way. What's happening here? All right, let's try this again here. Let me clear all this out because this should be on every page. Every page should have the last name, page number at the top. All right. So double click, insert. Why am I having difficulty seeing this? Oh, page number, top of page. Let's try this again. Hatcher. Okay. Hatcher 1. Huh. Okay. Well, this person, or whatever they did originally, really kind of messed up this so let's just start a new page. When what you want isn't happening, computer's crazy. Just go to a different one. Okay. Let's see. And let's see if it works this time. You know, it doesn't look like it is. Man, we already started off with a here, I'm gonna delete that one again. All right. I'm gonna open up a whole new one. All right. One thing professors and instructors don't accept is, well, the program won't let me do it. Nope. You gotta find a way. So I've just opened up another document. Insert Hatcher. All right, let's see. Wow. I don't know what's going on with this one. Let's see here. I'm gonna start a new page. I'm not even gonna transfer in theirs. I'm going to, let's see. Because now I'm like, is it my computer or is it their computer? Hatcher. Okay. Ah, there it is. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna copy and paste this person's work. I don't know what voodoo this person's done to their paper to cause it to be all wackadoodle, but let's see what happens if I copy and paste this in. All right, look, Hatcher is right there. And look, here's proof. Hatcher 2 is right there. I've done something correct with this one. And we started off with a banger. Okay. All right, then now we have the Hatchers. All right, great. So, mother. Now the hatches have disappeared again. Okay, let's do that again. All right. All right. Well, there it is. Okay, what if I just do one page at a time? What happens? Copy. It's there. Okay. All right. Well, this is the weirdest thing I've ever had to deal with. But the point of this, some of you are like, what is happening here? Why are we wasting so much time on this? And I'll tell you why. Because when things are required to be done a certain way, part of like being a college student is figuring stuff out. And you know what? That's really what employees look for. You know, so many people get jobs in fields that have nothing to do with their major. And that is because literally employers will say things like, listen, if you have a college degree, if you made it out of college, that shows that you're able to do stuff. You're smart enough, you're able to figure things out. And that's what we need. We don't need you to come in trained to do this job. We need you to be, we need to know and get and feel confident that you are an intelligent person and can self-manage and figure things out. So that's part of this also, you know, like I cannot stand it when I receive emails saying things like oh, the computer, the program, this or that, you know, excuse. No, you figure it out. You find a way. If MLA formatting is a requirement for this class, I'm not taking the blame. I'm not letting you blame the computer for not doing it. And you're going to lose points if it's not correct. So if Davis Hatcher never figures out how to get his formatting correct, then and get page numbers and last name at the top of the page, then he's going to lose points. Oh my God. Okay. Hatcher 3 right there. So that's just the small skinny of it. Okay. Whew. Works cited page. I'm just stopping here because I was adjusting the formatting. This needs to be pulled over like this. We need to have the hanging indent. This polarity is too much over. This needs to be pulled over here. This is too far over. What is happening with this? Sodden is pulled over too much. That needs to come over. Everybody needs to be on the same line. There we go. Okay. Thefilmmagazine.com. This should not be in italics. This is not a magazine title. This is a article. And we don't need this. We don't need the title of the website in this part yet. I mean, it should be after that. So we're gonna do this, and then after that we have in italics, the film magazine. Okay. We don't need additional space between lines. Get rid of that. Okay. The depiction of powers in Schindler's List. Medium. Okay. If you have a quote within a quote, then let's see. I want to go to this website. Really, Schindler's List should not be in quotation marks. Schindler's List should actually be in italics. So I want to verify this. All right. Well, it's in quotation marks on this website. But that doesn't mean though that it's still correct right here, because when you have a quotation marks inside of quotation marks, the quotation marks. See these ones? Okay. The outside ones are double, but the inside ones need to be single. See the difference? Single. Single. Okay. So if you have quotation marks because it's the title of an article, and then you have a title within a title, then it needs to be. Now, of course, listen, just because you're writing in MLA formatting, though, doesn't mean that you change things either. Schindler's List, if we were writing this in MLA formatting, this title, that Schindler's List would be not in quotation marks at all. It would be in italics. But, I don't know what style of formatting Medium uses. Not every single, every company, they adopt their own style guide. The only thing that they need to do is be consistent. Okay. So, this might be correct for them, which means then like we respect that and we write it that way. But you do though need to do the correct quotation mark usage, or when you have a quote within a quote, you go to single. Okay. So this would need this needed some work. Oh, also we don't bold titles. It's not part of MLA formatting. Okay. So let's go back up here. All right. Titles. I don't understand something. People have been this same thing with their film, paper. Like people think that like MLA rules don't apply to titles of your papers. If you are writing about a book or a film and you put that name of that book and film in the title of your paper, then you still have to do it correctly. So like Schindler's List should be in italics, because when we put titles of films and books, they're supposed to be in italics, which is what I had already gone over back in week 2, looking at the lecture notes. In this, I discuss using quotation marks and using quotes, and this right here, titles and quotation marks. Titles of short stories, poems, articles, songs, or episodes of TV shows go inside of quotation marks. Story of an Hour is a short story. The Road Not Taken is a poem. Understanding Chopin is an article. Bertha is a song. The One with All the Parties is an episode of Friends. All these are in quotation marks. Titles of books, films, titles of magazines and newspapers, and albums and TV shows are written in italics. Mindhunter is a book. Oh, and it's also a TV show. Star Wars is a film. Rolling Stone is a magazine. The New York Times is a newspaper. American Beauty is the name of a film and a wonderful album. Okay. So I went over this from week 2 because it would impact every single thing we're doing. You had to write about a short story for essay 1. So there you go, right there. You had to write about a film for essay 2. And then in this essay 3, you're writing about a book and a film. So, and then in all of these, you're going to be citing sources. Some of those are titles of articles, and some of those are titles of magazines or newspapers. Okay. So all of that was on purpose. And this class is cumulative. The things you learn in week 2 is just as important as the things you'll learn when we talk about in week, in this case, 15. Okay. So titles need to be in italics. I really do not want to be taking off 5 points on everyone's paper because you're just simply not writing the titles correctly. Okay. Novel is not capitalized. So this would be an error. All right. all these would be 5 points off. And look, Davis is just gave me a rough draft. Davis probably didn't even like edit all this, right? This is not a final draft, or and I, thought it was a final draft, right? So understand this, y'all. Davis put themselves out there. First person to submit a rough draft, which is exactly what this is. Okay. So I'm not saying Davis doesn't actually know those things. The only reason I kind of went off on it was because so many people did it in their final drafts of SA2, you know? So that's a problem. Okay. So titles, you gotta make sure are done correctly. All right. Let's not have random capital letters, which I see from a lot of people. Okay, let's make sure we red means spell check. Okay. But I'm not really worried about that right now. The paragraphs, it would be great if the paragraphs, it's not MLA required, so I don't take points off for it. But I just, I think it'd be great if you just used justify, so that way they're really nice. Okay. All right, so let's look at structure. Here we have the first paragraph is about Schindler's List. In general, what it is. Okay. Um, so and so we need to talk about lenses, similarities, and lenses. If we go back to the SA3 outline that we discussed, let's see, in week, let's see, I introduced it 12. Let's see. Yep. SA 12. Here talked about the outline of the way that like the essay should flow. So sorry. I hate when my mouse turns to that little thing. Our introduction, comparison, contrast analysis, critical lens, adaptation, a couple of those paragraphs, and then adaptation discussion. So this film and novel that came before can both be interpreted and analyzed through a Marxist lens. Okay, great. This critical lens aims to analyze structures of power through novels or films. Again, this novel thing needs to be lowercase, all lowercase. Okay. So Marxism. Power is also used to propel Oscar to maintain its factories and save around 1,000 Polish Jews from death by the Nazi Party. Okay. All right, so this is all from the book, analyzing the book and the film. There are no outside sources being used here. Well, okay, wait. Bauer. Here we have this. Power is also used to propel Oscar to maintain his factories and save around 1,000 Polish people from deaths. Okay. That feels like a summary, though, I guess, the depiction of power. Okay. I think that, like, if any more of this is Bauer, I think some more citing would be necessary. Because we have this one quote, but imagine some of this other stuff would be is possibly should be related to Bauer as well. Go. Wild novel film historical lens. Okay. All right, so look, this one is about historical lens. All right, this is a historical lens. Don't know why there's a big space here. But there, I want to use this to bring attention to sort of writer uh, balance, writing balance, okay? This first body paragraph is really good and long. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay. It's a real long paragraph. In fact, maybe some of it might, but it's about Marxism, and all this is applying to the power, okay? And the Marxist lens that deals with power. So, like, I'm okay with that. So, like 20 lines. Then this paragraph right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lines to 21 lines. All right. That's a problem. If I read this paragraph looks really super weak. All right. If I read this is the first body paragraph I'm read, I'm like, damn, this is awesome. All right, what a banger. Yes. All right. Like, yeah, this is gonna be great. And then I read this paragraph, this short paragraph, I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm like, what? Okay. Now, of course, this is the rough draft. This person probably has plans on putting more in there. I hope so, because this makes it very lackluster. This makes all of the potential go down. Okay, it's like deflating a balloon. So you want balance in your body paragraphs. Essentially, you want your introduction and conclusion to be about the same length. Okay. And then you want your body paragraphs about the same length. That's balance. Okay. You don't need your introduction and the conclusion to be the same length as your body paragraphs, especially if like your body paragraphs are 20 lines long. Okay. But you want them to be balanced in terms of weight. A good adaptation will always honor the source material. While there will be slight differences in the way certain characters are portrayed, the overall event in the book will be displayed as accurately. Okay. All right. I don't like that all of the uses of sources are, for one, that they are abbreviated, and then also that they're coming at the very end. That doesn't really feel like they're being used. It just feels like they're being tacked on. It's like kale on the side of a plate, not for a kale salad, which is tasty, or baked kale, which is as a side dish, which is great, but as garnish. I don't want kale as a garnish, and I don't want a quote or as a reference to a quote as garnish. We should not be ending paragraphs with our references. Our references should be pulled up and discussed. Okay. This one up here is better. It's still a paraphrase though. Like I don't have one direct quote in the whole essay, which I think is problematic. I think that you definitely should have some direct quotes here. Okay. Direct quotes, and we need to have, make sure that our grammar is correct and that our typing is correct. But again, though, I mean, look, this is a rough draft. Okay. So, but these are the things I would definitely talk about. The formatting, the works cited page need to work. The 2 body paragraphs need to be yeah, okay. What do you want there? The 2 body paragraphs need to be expanded. The quotes need to be in the middle. Okay. So I mean, like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, like needs to be more, at least double. So like they could write another chunk of analysis after this quote, okay, to make it longer. So that way now the quote's in the middle and there's more discussed about it, more examples. This doesn't have a whole lot of examples, like connecting it to Look, a good literally it says this: a good adaptation will always honor the source material, while there will be slight differences in the way certain characters are portrayed. The overall event in the book will be attempted to be displayed as accurately as possible in the movie adaptation. According to whom? Who said that? Is that you? If it's you, just say yourself. Say, I think, write in first person if this is if this is your perspective. If this is what someone else has said, then it needs a citation. Okay. If possible, work with the author who provides assistance. Considering the future is also very important. Like this paragraph says nothing about the book and the film. It says nothing. Is this film a good adaptation? That's the question you're answering, really. And this says nothing about the book or the film. This is just a random generalized conversation about adaptations. So like, you gotta make sure you're actually talking about the book. At least, I mean, this paragraph at least is talking specifically about the book. So this paragraph also needs to speak specifically about the book. What makes a good adaptation, either in your opinion or from someone else that you quoted, and is this one a good adaptation of it or not? Okay. Here, I enjoyed the novel better than the film. I'm very appreciative of the stories. That's great. Keep talking. Blah, blah. Good, 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 good. Just fix typos and the errors in the spelling. All right. So for this one, formatting needs to be fixed. Integrating an actual direct quote needs to be done in the paragraphs. Don't have the quotes or the summaries in the middle of the paragraphs. The body paragraph 2 and 3 need to be much longer. Body paragraph 3 needs to be actually be talking about the adaptation of the film compared to the book and which one is better. Okay. And yeah, that's the small skinny on that one. Okay. All right. I don't know. Let's see if I have time for another one. I might record another lecture tomorrow to go over some more of these, since I only got through one of them. Okay. Let's see. Who's the next one that's submitted one after it? All right, Samantha Williams. Okay. I'm not going to download this one yet. We're just going to talk it over, okay? The twist and ties to another life. Cool, that looks good. The heading looks good. Last name. Oh, Williams did not insert her she didn't insert her page numbers. She wrote them. She just wrote it. Look, she typed Williams 1, and then on every page says Williams 1. That's why you have to actually go in and click insert page numbers, because it's an algorithm. It's not, it's if you just type anything, I could type buyers stinks, and that will appear on every page that I write. Buyers stinks. There it is. Buyers stinks. Okay. But if you go in and you insert page number. All right. It's not this. They're not just writing one for you. It's actually code. It's computer code. And the computer code is written away to continuously increase the number for each page. And so it does it automatically, but it's a code though. You can't just, because if you just type it, whatever you type will repeat unless you do the special code. So you have to do that. Okay. So that for one, it would be an error. Leave the word behind. Cool. Look, it's in italics. Fantastic. Perfect. Wonderful. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Let's see. Theme. Now pointing fingers. Okay. Uh, welcome to move without races unfair. Okay. All right. So look, the problem with this paragraph here is, well, first off, we don't have any actual paragraphs being indented. If you notice with this, I believe we have this one and we have this one. But then though, right here, I think this is a transitional sentence. This scene of George and Ruth showing up in the middle of the night relates to the theme and can also be translated into what it says about the lens, Marxism. In this case, Marxism, so see, this ends early, and then we have right here. So I think this is a new paragraph, but it's not indented. Same thing looks down here. Right here looks the same thing. That this is supposed to be indented. That looks to be a new paragraph based upon this space right here. Okay. Yeah. That's supposed to be a new paragraph. So that needs to be done. Indenting. All right. Now in your so far in the book, I mean this essay, I'm seeing things that deal with race. Okay. Which in Marxism, racism, or critical race theory, Marxism, okay. Those kind of things should be kind of mentioned in the introduction. You should have a thesis that says something like, it's an interesting story that can be brought forth with a further understanding when applied a Marxist and critical race theory lens. You know, there should still be a thesis statement that is necessary here in order to tell your reader, me, your academic reader, what is going to be discussed in the paper. Okay. And then also, like, one major theme that can be found throughout the book and movies that one should not point fingers or judge someone about something until they know what is going on. This is really about the main character's racism. So I think that, like, up here, it should be stated that, what, a major part of this film that relates to critical race theory is this idea of the prejudices that white people hold towards people of color, and then move into talking about the race issue, which is definitely a part of this story. So that should come up much more up here. I'm glad there's quotes though. Okay. The book states this, and then we have a page number. That's right. If you are quoting the book, whenever you quote the book, you should have page numbers. Page numbers to the book. It's very good. All right. I'm going to do another one of these tomorrow in the case that you would like to watch that one as well. Okay. This one has formatting issues, but it is quoting, which is great. The quotes are integrated. That's great. It's much longer. That's great. The titles are italicized, which is great. Works cited page that needs to be adjusted, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. This needs to be indented, and this needs to be indented. All right. In fact, actually, I don't know what this is right here. What is it? Where is it supposed to be? Oh, this is supposed to be down here. Like, that shouldn't even be there. Leave the word behind. Performances by these people. So that just needs to be get rid of completely. All right. I'll see y'all later. I'll try to get part two of this tomorrow. Let's see. Can I stop sharing? All right, y'all. Take it easy now. Oh, there it is. How did it end up behind me? Big jerk.